Hi everyone. So today I am going to be kind of doing a little review on Gusto, which is the payroll service. So what we're going to do is actually show you guys one of our businesses that we utilize this for. And I'm going to go through the process to kind of give you an idea of what it's like, if maybe it's worth it for you to go through the process as well. But before we do that, you can kind of see here on the right hand of the screen, it says, if you love Gusto, refer and earn. Right now, it's technically a $200 Amazon gift card. I think it's typically $100. I'm going to leave the referral link in the top of the show notes. You can click on that. Both of us get that bonus, which is really cool. Even if you're just trying it out for a little bit, you're still going to get that nice bonus. So go ahead and click that if you want to after this video is done. So what we're going to do is show you some of the benefits that I've seen so far for using Gusto. I've been using it for a couple of months for our business. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. Obviously, there are things that you can't see because it's for privacy reasons. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And right now it's wintertime, so you see that little pig with a little scarf, which is kind of cute. So one of the main reasons I wanted to go with a payroll service was because I didn't want to have to deal with all the paperwork. And luckily, that's what Gusto really does for you, and it does really well, is it takes away having to deal with so much paperwork, whether it's for hiring a new employee or doing payroll, every 2 weeks or however often you do it. Now, this is the main page that you see when you log into Gusto. It has like some things for you to do. It says explore 2020 health benefits. Right here it says spot check your filing information for by December 31st, so to get prepared for the 2019 taxes. And then over here you can actually invite an accountant so they can kind of go through and verify everything if you wanted to. And then down here it even says some extra little things like if we wanted to be an S Corp status. So it does a lot of nice things for you on there overall. But as far as setting up an employee for the process, it was very simple. So I'm going to click on people, have that load up. So over here, I have 2 employees right now for the business that we have with this company. And it was really easy to add them. So as you can see here on the right hand of the screen, it says hire. So here it's going to say, are you adding an employee or a contractor? So you get to go through either process, make sure that you verify which form of pay you're going to be doing for someone, because you don't want to be paying them as a contractor when they're considered an employee, and vice versa, because you don't want to hurt them if they are an employee but paying them as a contractor. So if you hit add an employee, it's going to have you just put in all the basic information, and then their compensation as well too. So like the title, if they are just a regular employee, if they're like senior employee, whatever the case may be. The employee type, whether they can actually have eligibility for overtime, are they paid by the hour, is it owner's withdrawal, so if you are the owner you can pay yourself this way too. And then the amount right over here, and then you can either do per year, per week, per month, however you want to do it. So if they are hourly, you can do $15 an hour as an example there, or if they are getting paid yearly, you can do $40,000 pay, and then that way it'll break it down based off of how often you are going to pay someone, because it does give you the option in the settings how often you're paying. So if you're paying per week, per month, once you have this set up right over here for compensation, it'll just do all that math for you. And then after that, once you hit save and continue, which it won't let me because I don't have everything filled out, it's going to ask if they are allotted time off, which make sure you check with your state, because some states do require time off even if they are part-time employees, because that is also going to be a factor as well, which it'll ask you if they're going to be considered part-time or not. So just something to keep in mind in that part. Now, here's a really nice thing too, is once you go through the process, I can't show you because I'd have to fill in some random person and I can't do that, but they will actually send all of the information to that person's email. So make sure you have the correct employee email. And then they're going to get an email actually showing all the information that they have to fill out with the I-9, with the W-2, getting all that stuff filled out, so that way it's all there properly set up. Obviously, there are some pieces of information you're still going to have to fill out with the remaining portion of the I-9, like making sure the ID or social security number. But it's all done online, and then it's all saved as well digitally, so I don't have to worry about paperwork looking for it if I needed to find that information. And then it's all taken care of. And then once they are there, I'm going to go ahead and go back. I'm going to go into an employee here. So obviously I have a lot of stuff blocked out right now, but I can see their most recent pay stubs. I can, run a bonus payroll. I can run off-cycle payroll. I can change all their information if I needed to. I can go into their personal tab here. So obviously it's things that I've put in there, and then time off, the documents, and then even the benefits if I wanted to add benefits. So if I go into documents over here, so here I'm gonna actually be able to see the employee direct deposit authorization, which is what they actually filled out for their actual deposits. Form I-9, the new hire reporting form, and then the W-4. So all of that was taken care of, and I didn't have to do any of that extra paperwork. So it was really, really nice. And they worked with the state that I live in to be able to get all that taken care of. If the person doesn't have a direct deposit, like with a bank account with a routing number, you can also have it where Gusto will send them a check. Obviously, it will be a little delayed potentially, just depending on if there's weather delays on that front. So just always let that person know if they're doing it by check that that's a possibility. The other cool thing is with the benefits section, you can actually here click add benefits, and then you can choose a new benefit. You could do medical insurance, dental, health insurance, Roths. I haven't gone through any of this personally, but that option is there for you. And it seems like Gusto really helps you out with that process as well. Now let's go ahead and talk about running the payroll, because I think that's important as well too. So I'm going to click on Run Payroll. Now over here it says your employees have been paid on time, because I already just completed payroll, so I don't have to technically do it again. But if I did want to go through the process of it, I'm going to go ahead and... All right, so I'm actually going to go ahead and click on Run Off Cycle Schedule here. Now this is going to be a little different than what you normally see. So I'm going to click on Enter Payments here. And normally what it's going to be is right over here, you're going to plug in your regular hours. So if they worked 40 hours... right over here, and then normally it actually will have commissions, bonuses, and reimbursements. So I don't know why it has like net earnings, gross earnings, and all that over here, but it's probably because it's off-cycle payroll maybe. But overall, it's going to have that. You can also add in overtime if they are in the process of actually being able to earn overtime. So it's really nice to be able to click in, especially if they're earning commissions and whatnot directly in there. And then if you hit Save and Continue, it's going to ask if there's any time off. It says you have no employees on payroll that are participating in vacation, sick, or holiday pay. So you can actually set all that up as well. Again, make sure with your state you're following the laws, because some of them will require those things, even for part-time. So it's preparing right over here. So here's an example of what it looks like. I just put one employee, obviously, through the process. So it says after you review and submit this payroll, you will be debited, $485.10 on that date. And then you can actually click in and even see how everything is being taxed. So the nice thing is you can see the employee's tax, and then how much we actually have to pay out of pocket and whatnot as well too. So for here as an example, so the employee pays $41.58, and then we pay $45.10 in taxes. So it does all of that for us, and it goes through the process of pulling that money out of the bank account so we don't have to deal with it. Makes it so much easier. I don't know if you've ever used any other programs. I've only used one or two others. I can't even remember the names, but this is 10 times easier than any other payroll service that I've actually ever used before. So I'm gonna go hit back, because obviously I'm not going to be paying them extra for any reason. So cancel. So over here you can do time off, like we were talking about, paid time off, paid holiday, sick time, all the extra benefits that they have, and then staying compliant. This is really good to help make sure that you are staying compliant with your laws in the state that you're in. You can even order labor posters, workers' compensation insurance, all of that stuff. So everything is really done very well here, in my opinion, to be able to make sure that you are following the law that you need to have for your business, as well as making sure that your employees get paid on time. So the other big thing when it comes to the payroll service is you can choose to get everyone paid once a week, once a month, every 2 weeks, however you see fit. And then the nice thing is you just have to make sure that you have all your payroll stuff done, usually the Monday before that given Friday, unless you have a smaller actual account where I think if you do under $10,000, it doesn't show it here, but if you do under $10,000 per pay period, you can actually have all your payroll stuff done the Wednesday before the Friday's paycheck. Obviously, if you choose to pay on different days other than Friday, it'll just be 2 days prior to the actual deposit for those employees. Or if it's over $10,000 every paycheck, then it would be it would be 4 days prior to the pay of that employee, business days, of course, track of all of that and how it works. But the nice thing is too, Gusto will also send you reminders and updates of when to have everything completed, so that way employees get paid on time, which is also a really cool benefit as well. So overall, I think this is a fantastic service to utilize for payroll, to keep everything on track, to make things a lot easier for you, less paperwork in my opinion as well. And overall, the cost of actually utilizing this service is not too bad. I believe it's like $40 for just the base value of having it, and then $12 per employee per month. So overall, I feel like the cost versus all the headaches that I was having prior to doing any other payroll service is definitely better than anything else. So I definitely see that as a good value and something that can go a long way to make sure your business is running efficiently. Obviously not having too much overhead, because that is, a big factor with businesses, but can go a long way for making sure that things are running smoothly, people are getting paid, and you don't have all the headaches and all the paperwork to deal with. So super easy to get started. Like I said, if you want to, go ahead and check the link in the show notes down below. They do have a $200 bonus right now for anybody that signs up. Both you and I get that Amazon gift card. If it changes, I believe it goes back down to 100 at any normal given time. But if you do sign up, awesome. Let me know in the comments how you like it, and what are your favorite features of the actual service. Like I said, we've been using it for a few months and I absolutely love it. I think it's probably a really fantastic way to go versus trying to do everything manually and having to just figure it all out. Hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, make sure you hit that like button and then click that link down below to get started with Gusto. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.